Welcome to the Profitpreneur Power Play Podcast, your daily dose of strategies, insights, and action steps to grow your business and build your freedom. It's time to stop playing small and start making power plays.
Hello, and good morning, everyone. Valerie Walton here. Welcome to the Power Play Podcast. We're very excited to have you here. My name is Valerie Walton, and I am one of the co-founders of series. So today I am super duper excited because today's guest is proof that you can build freedom on your own terms. I want you guys, if you don't know him already, well, it's that time. I want you to meet Dr. Bob Clarke. This is a man who spent 30 years in healthcare running IVF labs and helping create more than 30,000 babies. All of that cute, fat, cheap new life. And while he loved his job, he also wanted a plan for the future. So in 2008, he started his online business journey. After years of ups and downs, he cracked the code, became a six-figure earner in both healthcare and online marketing, and retired in 2019, years ahead of schedule. So today, he's leading the Part-Time Prosperity Tribe. This is a movement for motivated part-time entrepreneurs who refuse to sit around and wait for freedom. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Dr. Bob Clarke.
Hey everybody. Hey Val, that's one of the best intros I've ever had. So I hope I'm going to grab that recording if you don't. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. This is like bringing back some of the old guard, right, that we used to work with, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun to do it, and
yeah.
I'm just grateful for you.
It's a pleasure. Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you on and an honor. So I'm going to get out of here and let you take it away.
All right. Appreciate that. All right, guys, great to be here with you today. I'm going to start with this. Success isn't running from you. You're running from it. A little bit of a provocative statement, right? Success isn't running from you. You're running from it. So in the first couple episodes of the Profitpreneur Power Play Podcast, in episode 1, Val talked about getting started, right? The absolute need to get started. And then yesterday, Bree talked about understanding your value and how you're underestimating yourself. And these are all great points. And today's topic is going to be, why do I keep pulling back from my business, right? That continual start-stop cycle that happens to all of us. Why is that happening? And what can I do about it? So let's start with 2 questions and a story. First question, have you ever gotten really excited about starting something in your business, and you're all jazzed up and you're all excited, and then something happens and it's like the air lets out of your balloon, right? And you slump down and your body language gets bad and all that excitement just kind of wades away, right? And what you thought was going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to do this, all of a sudden you realize you stopped. Or how about this one? Have you ever gotten some results in your business and then pulled back? That's what happened to me. That's my story for you guys today. Val mentioned that I struggled for years, and I did. And for quite a while, I had no results, but then I started to get some results. And I started noticing a pattern where I'd get results, build it. And all of a sudden I'd pull back. And sometimes that was life, right? I can use life as an excuse. We'll talk about that later. Sometimes it was the job getting crazy, but mostly it was me putting the brakes on something that was working. And I could never understand why. And I found myself doing this time and again, starting from scratch, getting some results, boom, stop. And then repeating the cycle. And it was really frustrating. And it took me working with a coach to figure out what the heck was going on. And I'll explain it later in the podcast. But, Yeah, so these are some of the things that happen to us, right? We get really excited, and then something derails us, and we're back to square one. Or we get some results, and we pull back for whatever reason, and we're back to square one. It's probably one of the more frustrating cycles as a business person that you can be in, because a lot of us want to think that we just like right to the top. And it does not happen that way, believe me. And I'm sure if you've been in home business for any length of time, you know that. So what I want to do today is I really thought of this. I'm like, okay, what are the reasons? Why does this happen? And more importantly, how can we stop it from happening? And as I thought about it, I identified 6 what I think are the most common reasons why people stop and start their business over and over again. I'm sure there's more, and you can add more in the chat or in the comments section if you have one that I don't cover. But I think I'm going to cover most of them. So let me give you six of the most common reasons. Number 1 is life happens. Life happens. Life happens to everyone. That's the trouble, right? Illness, death, your job gets crazy, your caregiving duties get crazy, or life in general just gets really, really crazy. It happens to everyone, including those top earners who you want to be like. Right? They're no different than you and I. They have similar life issues that happen to them. So why can they rise to the top and you shrink from it when life happens? So here's the thing. If life happens is always your excuse, if life happens is always your reason, it will always be your excuse. So if you're always using, hey, life got in the way, right? I hear that from my coaching clients quite a bit. Hey, I didn't get anything done because life got in the way. Well, if that's always going to be the reason, then that's always the excuse, and you're never going to get anywhere because life is always happening. It's always happening. And what I found is that when people are using that excuse, it's almost always a problem of priority. Their business is not a high enough priority. Now, I know there's some exceptions, right? Like the death of a loved one, or someone gets really sick, or you get really sick. That takes top priority, obviously. But in general, what I found is that people don't prioritize their business high enough in their life to really get results. Okay, so that's the first reason. Life happens. Second reason is the naysayers show up. Naysayers show up. People love to knock down others who are trying to build themselves up. I don't know why. It seems to be human nature. But the louder you get, the more you push trying to grow your business, the more they show up. Right? We call them trolls. Sometimes trolls are people you don't know on the internet. Sometimes trolls are friends and family. Right? But they always show up. And I don't know why, but they do. So I had that happen about a year into my business where back then blogging was a big thing. And I had a blog, and I still have a blog, but I was working really hard on this blog and growing my business through a blog. And one day my boss, and I didn't really talk about my business at work. I really tried to keep the two separately. But one day my boss called me into her office. And, she was sitting, and I could see her because, she was facing me at her desk. But the computer wasn't facing me as I walked in. And she told me to come in, and she turned her computer. The computer's on a swivel. She turned her computer around, and there I saw on her screen was my blog, my business blog. And she said to me, "What the heck is this? What are you doing? You're a scientist. You're in healthcare. This is below you. What are you doing?" And she continued to break down everything that I was doing, like just tear it down. And this is someone who I really respected highly. And I'm not going to lie, it took me down for a while. Like maybe I shouldn't be doing this, right? Maybe this is something that is not for me. Right? And I had other naysayers too, but that was a big one I really remember because it was someone who I really respected. Maybe you guys have someone in your life like that who's kind of, poo-pooing your business or even trying to tear it down. And the bottom line is that happens to everyone, but every time a naysayer wins, your dream loses. Right? Every time a naysayer wins, your dream loses. So you have to really recognize this for what it is, right? And this is not you. This is on the people who are trying to put you down, trying to keep you down. But it's easy to get squashed, right? For lack of a better word. Because a lot of times when we're starting to build a business, we're kind of fragile, right? We don't really, not sure what we're doing. We're hoping we're doing it right. Maybe we're not getting results yet. And someone can come in there and say things to you that can knock you out of the game for a while, and maybe for good. So that's the second reason that we pull back is you get going, somebody comes in, says something negative, and it tears you down. Number 3 is results don't happen fast enough. This is one I think that is really, really common. So imagine a farmer, right, who plants his crop, and then a couple of days later, he digs up the seed, wondering why his crop hasn't sprouted yet. Sounds crazy, right? He didn't wait long enough, obviously. But that's exactly what we do in our business, right? We do things, we expect results, and when it doesn't happen, we question ourselves. We go to the next shiny object, we move on. We live in a microwave society, a society where we want things like this, right? Fast. And that's not home business. And if you're expecting it to be, you're gonna have trouble, because in a home business, like you're planting seeds every day, and it takes a while for those seeds to come up and to flourish and to produce for you. If you're expecting results right away, which I think a lot of people do, you're going to be knocked down. You're going to be knocked out. So that's the third reason I've seen that people start and stop their business is results don't happen fast enough. All right. Remember this, okay? Impatience kills more businesses than failure ever will. Boom. There you go. All right, number 4. We're unsure of what we're doing, so we stop. So lack of clarity always leads to a lack of action. That's just the way it is. If you're unsure what to do next, most of us get paralyzed and we stop, right? And you always hear the thing, you only need to take the next step, right? You don't need to know the whole picture. You only need to know the next step. And while that's true, what if you don't know what that is? What if you're not sure? And then confusion sets in, and while clarity creates motion or action, confusion creates paralysis. So when there's a lack of clarity, we stop moving, we stop taking action. And what really needs to be done here is you need to find and follow people who've already done what you're trying to do and can tell you what that next step is, right? And the trainers here at Profitpreneur, right, they've already done it. They've already gone on that path that you're trying to get, trying to get your foot into, right? They've already done it. So that's the key, right? Is you follow people who've done what you're trying to do and can teach it to you. That's always been one of the keys to my success, and how I shortcut a lot of my success is that I found people, coaches, trainers, whatever, who already did what I was trying to accomplish. And they could teach it to me. Not everybody can, but you have to find somebody who can teach it to you in ways you can understand. And when you find that person, they will help lay out the path for you so you know the steps, right? You know what to do next. And the clarity is there. That doesn't stop you. Okay. Number 5 is we talk ourselves out of success. We talk ourselves out of success. Sometimes the enemy isn't failure. It's the voice inside us that says, who do you think you are? Right? You don't deserve success. Anybody feel that way? I have. The reality is that the voice in your head can be louder than any critic in the outside world. Right? We talk about naysayers. Sometimes your biggest naysayers is you. Your biggest naysayer is you. And that hurts. That's a tougher one to crack than the outside voice, because that's the voice inside your head that's always going on, right? And like many, I'm often my worst critic. I'll say I catch myself, my inner talk. I'm not good enough. I'm not experienced enough. I'm too introverted. I'm too old. I said it all to myself. right? And we all have those I statements. We all do. We all do. And many times we talk ourselves out of success. We talk ourselves out of taking action because we kind of think we don't deserve it. And that's tough. That's a tough one. And if you have that on your list, it's okay, because everybody should have that on their list. I don't know anybody who doesn't have some negative self-talk that holds them back. Everybody does. And finally, number 6 are what I call excuses disguised as reasons. Okay, excuses disguised as reasons. I don't have time. That's probably the biggest excuse, because I work with a lot of people who are part-time and don't have a lot of time in their business. And when they come into a coaching session, they didn't do anything. Their go-to excuse is, I don't have time. Other excuses I've heard, now's not the right time for me. It's not the right season of my life. I need to learn more first. That was my go-to, right? When I was afraid to take action, and a lot of these stuff is based on fear, right? When I was afraid to take action early on, because I wasn't sure what I was doing, my go-to excuse was, first, I don't have time because I was busy. And then my second one was, I need to learn more first. Anybody else ever had that one? I need to learn more first, right? So I literally took that to another level, where I was on webinars probably 5-6 nights a week, taking reams of notes, notebooks full of notes. I still have some of those notes here. And every night I would feel good about myself. I learned so much. I learned so much. I learned so much. And this went on for months, maybe even a year. Just constant learning and not doing. And I'll never forget, what kind of broke the cycle was my wife. One day I came in from a webinar. She was half asleep, already in bed. And I came off the webinar at night, and I was all pumped. I had learned something new. I felt smart. And she looks at me and she goes, how did it go? And I said, oh, it was great. I learned so much today. And she picks her head off the pillow and she said, did you make any money? Right? Boom, like a sledgehammer hit me. And I, of course, was like, no, you don't understand, defensive and everything. But I knew she was right. I knew that the reason was that I was book smart, but I wasn't street smart. I was learning things, but I wasn't doing anything out there in the marketplace to take what I've learned and apply it. And I think a lot of people are there. A lot of people are there because learning is fun. For most people, learning is safe. Applying is dangerous for many people, right? There's a fear there. Because what if the naysayers come out? What if my self-talk kicks in, right? Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. So excuses may sound smart in a moment, but they bankrupt your future, especially in your business. So we got to get good at calling out these excuses for what they are. Have to get good at that. So those are the 6 things that I've kind of listed as the biggest reasons why people stop and start their business. And again, you guys can add any that you might have. But let me ask you a question. Do you see yourself in any of these? All of these? I actually see myself in all of these throughout my business career. Each of these has happened in different times, sometimes compounding, and sometimes like they're still happening, right? They still happen. So do you see yourself in any of these? If you do, drop a comment in the chat, put a comment under the video. If it's a recording, let me know, and I'll come back and I'll swing around and I'll talk to you about some of these. If you see yourself in any of these, because we all do, right? I'd be surprised if somebody said, no, none of these are my problem. I'd be surprised. So the bottom line, guys, is at the end of the day, the life, right? The life excuses, naysayers, impatience of getting results, confusion of what to do, self-doubt, excuses, right? None of these things build your business. You do. You do. And it's time to stop giving these things the driver's seat, letting them drive your business, letting them drive your whole life. Okay. These are tough. These are tough, but we all have them, and you got to call them out. And the first step is always awareness, understanding, because a lot of times we go through life on autopilot, right? We go through our business on autopilot. These things are happening to us on a regular basis. We don't even know it. We don't even recognize it. So the first step is recognizing it, right? Oh, that naysayer, right? That person said this to me and really knocked me off my game, right? Or, man, my job is crazy right now and I stopped doing my business. Oh, I see what's going on, right? I'm using that as an excuse, because who doesn't have 10 or 15 minutes to do something for their business? We all do. That's the reality. So what I want you to do, here's my challenge for you. Pick one of the examples I gave you that's you think is holding you back the most right now, and call it out. Become aware and actually call it out, either to yourself or to someone close to you, or even online, even on social media. Call it out. And then ask yourself, what's one simple action I can take today to break this cycle? What's one action I can take today to break this cycle? So if life keeps getting in the way, right? If life keeps derailing you, here's what you do. Recognize it. And then set a timer for 15 minutes when you got a free 15-minute pocket of time. And we all get those in our day. And then do something for your business, right? Write an email, post an offer, message somebody back on social media who you owe a message. Do something in 15 minutes. And I guarantee you'll feel so much better. Yeah, I see a lot of the comments coming, people relating to a lot of these. Yeah, I understand. Me too. So, if life is derailing you, create that 15-minute pocket of time and go do something. You'll feel better. If the naysayers are pulling you back, mute them, right? Unfollow them on social media. Block them if you have to. And if they're in your family, figure out a way where you can spend less time listening to the stuff coming at you. And if it's like me, it's like your boss, avoid your boss. Right? Don't just do something to try and to mute that negativity in your life. And it'll feel so much better. If you're quitting too soon, if you're expecting results too quickly and you're finding yourself that you're quitting too soon, commit to sticking to one thing for 30 days. Don't allow yourself to go to the next thing for the next 30 days and just see what happens. These are all things that we can do to break this cycle. And that's what I want you to do today, is commit to one thing and just try to break that cycle that's been happening in your life and in your business. One step at a time, one excuse at a time, right? That's how we break that vicious cycle of starting and stopping our business. And with that, I'll bring back Valerie. Oops, I cannot hear you, Val. I don't think we're hearing you, Valerie.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Listen, I'm so
Technology.
excited. That was so good, Bob. Thank you so much for that.
Yes, absolutely.
You guys, you got to put some applause emojis here in the chat, because that was really, really good. I did my best to keep up with the notes. I think I might have missed one. I don't know. We'll add it in. But
I tend to go kind of fast sometimes.
Yeah, it's fine. My keyboard is so loud. Oh my gosh. But anyway, I can definitely relate to probably all all of these. Like, I know many of you can, but if not all, definitely at least one. And yeah, everything that Bob said is exactly, what we have to press forward as entrepreneurs and as people with a purpose. We're here to serve. We're here to help. We're here to solve problems. So I really love that. Thank you so much. So listen.
Just
go ahead.
To put a knot in it here, to put a bow on it. My big breakthrough was when I realized that the top earners who I was aspiring to be like all had the same issues, right? But I let it stop me. They were moving past them anyway and just doing their business. And I think we tend to think that, these people who have it all going on, all these top earners, right? They don't face any of these obstacles anymore, because
Yeah.
they're so successful. And the reality is we all face them,
Yes.
no matter where we are in
Absolutely.
our business. And the key to it is to breaking through it.
Yeah. Yep. That right there, y'all, like seriously, because I think there are lots of people that believe once you arrive at one area in life, then all of a sudden, the problems go away once and for all. But that is not the case. Just like Bob said, and that's honestly my favorite one about life happens, because aren't we all alive right now? Okay, well, life's happening to all of us. What are you talking about, right? And I had to really make sure that I ditched that excuse myself. Well, I did early on. My parents wouldn't let me
There you
wouldn't
go.
let me give excuses. So yeah, but
Awesome.
I really really appreciate you for that, Bob. Thank you so much. So listen, you guys, Dr. Bob's story and his message today proves it, that breakthroughs happen when you stop pulling back and you finally lean in. Okay. And your future self will thank you. So, this is why now is the time for you to go ahead and test drive the Profitpreneur membership with a 14-day free trial. And let's see, you can see what you've been missing. Because what he mentioned about needing to not just learn it, but also execute it. We've created a safe and a fun environment for you to be able to do that here. You've got the training so that you can get smart about it, right? You can build your skills, but then you have the tools also that we include for you to be able to continue to execute what you're learning. And then how are you going to execute it? With the third thing we offer, the strategies to be able to do this effectively, efficiently, and profitably. All right. So thank you guys so much for hanging with us, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Same time, same channel.
Bye, guys.